When you click on real-time generation on the left-hand side panel, you will see one of the simple minimalist interface on Leonardo AI, a prompt bar, image output area, and some creative sliders on the side, along with some drop-down to select the style and set the seed, which helps you to get similar results between multiple generations. So here's how it works. As you type your prompt, Leonardo begins generating the image in real time. No need to click generate or wait for a long render. It's super lightweight, so you'll get instant feedback. On the right, you will see four element sliders. Those control the weight of different visual styles. You can drag them up or down to see how it affects your result. At the bottom, you will find a style selector, so you can switch between visual modes like photorealistic, anime, cinematic, or even illustrated. Now, here's the fun part. You can play around and generate images as much as you want without spending your tokens. Granted that 200 actions rule is applicable, but play around and see when that becomes a problem for you. And if you are okay with low quality images or plan to use other free upscalers, you can download these images directly and use a third party upscaler. And that's a useful way you to create free generative AI images. And if you use the built-in upscalers for this mode, you can directly get the upscaled images of your real-time generation saved to a library. When you upscale as of now, images are not accessible from the real-time generation window itself. You have to navigate to your library or to your personal feed to get those images. In terms of upscalers, you have two options: normal upscale mode and creative upscale mode. Both upscalers will give you incredible results. However, the creative upscale will add more detail and create more refined images for you than the normal upscale mode. Now, let's move on to something a little bit more advanced and honestly a little bit more fun too: the real time canvas. This tool combines both sketching and text prompting. That's why we cover the real-time generation first. So now you can literally draw what you want and give more direction with text, and then let Leonardo turn it into a finished image. Here's how it works. First, if you are not already in real-time canvas, from the left-hand side panel, select real-time canvas. Now you will be presented with a similar interface like before, but with a little bit more features. There are two boxes. One on the left side is your canvas and one on the right is your output. It is where your output gets created in real time as you draw in the canvas. We will do a quick rundown of the UI in a bit, but first, let's have some fun and draw something on the canvas. When you first come onto the page, your two boxes will be black by default. Let's change the color to white for the purpose of this demo. We are purely changing the color because it's easier to see the image get drawn in the output window more clearly. But when creating, by all means use black or whichever background color that suits your requirement. So to select the background, select the color right below the brush tool on the left hand side panel. And when the pop-up window comes up, you will see the option to switch between background and the brush. Select the background and change the color from the color picker. So let's take something really simple first, something we all did when we were in kindergarten: drawing a flower. Select the brush tool from the left hand side panel and let's select a cool blue color for the flower petals. Reduce the brushstroke size a little bit and let's start drawing a simple flower. One, two, three. As I'm drawing, you can see on the output window the flower is getting drawn by the AI. It's awesome. So let's continue. Four, five, and let's add one more. Okay, six petals, and that's it. Now let's change the brush color to yellow and draw the center around right here. Yeah, that's close enough. Let's get a little bit darker green color and then draw the stem. And let's reduce the brush size a little bit to draw the leaf. And one more on this side, just like in the kindergarten. Even now, the AI has done a decent enough job. However, we can use the text prompt box below the canvas to give a little bit more guidance to the AI. Let's type in blue flower. As I type each letter, you can see the AI is trying to adjust the image based on the text prompt, similar to what we did in real-time generation. Awesome. Let's look at the user interface options quickly. On the left-hand side panel, from the way down, you have the option to clear the canvas, to start over, and then undo and redo option. Then the usual brush options, along with the color picker for both the brush and also for the background. You have the erase button to quickly fix your drawing. Then the select button. This allows you to select elements you draw and either move them around or adjust the layering by moving them backward and forward along the elements, or send them all the way back or all the way front. Plus, you can also duplicate two elements. This can become really handy. Then above the select button, you have the generate option. Let's skip this for a second and look at the add image option. This allows you to add an image to your canvas rather than drawing or on top of your drawing. There are a few different ways to add an image. You can upload an image. You can use one of your own generations or refer to one from your own collections or from community feed itself or even from other creators in Leonardo whom you follow. Then you can drag and drop that into your canvas. So once the image is in the canvas, you can erase the edges to make it blend with your drawing or part of the image from the canvas itself. And AI will now combine your canvas drawing with the image you imported. From our experience, this is sort of hit and miss. It's difficult to incorporate it into the canvas drawing in the way that you expect exactly, but it is still a great feature to have, and I'm sure this will improve with time. Now, coming back to the generate option that we just skipped, it does the same thing, but instead of importing an existing image, you can generate one on the canvas itself. Granted, you have less control compared to generating one in Leonardo image generation window with all its customization. But hey, it doesn't cost any tokens, and that is great. It only costs tokens when it comes to upscaling, which can be found on the top right corner. It uses Alchemy Upscaler, one of the upscalers available in Leonardo AI. It adds detail and clarity to the image without changing the style. We'll learn more about upscalers and go really in depth in the deep dive section of Leonardo AI. And when you select to upscale, it gives you few control. Refiner strength. This control how strongly the AI enhances the image while upscaling. Medium is the balanced choice. It improves the image but avoid changing it too much. You can use low if you are already happy with the image it already generated. Use high if the image needs a lot of cleanup or improvement. In most cases, you can leave the refiner strength at medium. Then you will have the option of smooth mode. This is a tool that helps you make the picture looks cleaner and more put together. You get it, right? When you improve their quality. This fixes wobbly or weird looking parts of the image, hands, faces, or messy lines. It makes the image look smoother and more organized. It's great if your picture look a little bit chaotic or too detailed in a bad way, and that is not what you are intentionally going for. Use smooth mode when the picture look messy or noisy. Hands or faces look funny or wrong. You used an airbrush or cartoon style. You want the picture to look clean and nice, even if you lose a little sharp detail. Then you have the instant refine option. What it does is it enhances the image of your output window to 1024 to 1024 pixels. The original output is in 512 to 512 pixel resolution. This provides you with a little bit more refined and polished look that doesn't cost any tokens compared to the upscaling which we have just looked at. One neat thing that after refine, you can not only download, but you can also go further and edit the image or swap it with the input, giving you much smoother workflow compared to upscaling and bringing back the image. Now, let's look at the options that are there on the top of the canvas and on the top of the output window. First, let's cover the most simple one, the right on top of the output window. You will find the output to input button. This does exactly what it says. It takes the image on the output window and replaces your canvas with it, allowing you to iterate faster. So it becomes a smoother workflow altogether. From top of your canvas, you can switch between drawing and in painting. Drawing is what we look at so far. One important thing to note is that when you switch between drawing and in painting, at the point of switching, Leonardo will automatically replace the canvas with the output image, similar to pressing the output to input button. However, we can use other options to easily edit the image in your canvas, either by painting or prompting to change specific areas. This in painting works well on single edits you want to do. And then it's best to replace the canvas with the output by using the output to input button we just looked at. So then you can move on to in painting for the next edit you want to do. Now, while this is fun, if you are serious about AI content creation, you need a solid skill set, not only in generative AI, but also in a lot of other areas in order to be competitive and ultimately be successful. If you are interested, you are most welcome to join our community on Skool. It's called Your AI Adventure, and you can go there by clicking the first link in the description. There we will explore everything a AI content creator needs, from generative AI tools, retention hacks, top YouTubers case studies, storytelling, and AI automation, and much, much more.